Yeah,
We vote for them.
Okay.
Second, what's happened? We chose, we are going to voting our president.
Who?
People.
The people. So, okay.
People choose a parliament and people choose a president.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. But then what's happening? In prime minister and other places, especially important place, voting parliament, not a person. So,
Yeah, it's the same in our
and it's a bad thing because in the end, when human, especially bad persons in the parliament, because it never is sometimes, they can make a corruption in parliament, and people a little bit like some person because he's not really bad, but he's a parliament, and with his corruption he can be a prime minister.
Okay.
Because people can't say.
In our country, it's very easy. We just go and vote for parliament. That's all.
No president.
And then the
No,
president is
we
chosen
are
how?
fighting for this law that we are able to vote a president in our country. We are still fighting for this. We citizens, but that's just a fight only for one side. We cannot do anything.
Like there was one interesting thing that happened. We vote the parliament, right? So we have 100 politicians in the parliament, and they're supposed to choose the president. Our president had worked for 4 years this year.
There was election and another one election.
So we needed another elections. And
Yeah, before.
And before the elections, the president,
For the first time in history in Latvia.
he fired the government, the parliament, because they're doing some bad things.
Like oligarchy, corruption.
You know, and then the whole country wanted the president to stay in his position, but the politicians vote for the other candidate who has done some very bad stuff in the past. And then since the ex-president fired the government, the whole country needed to have kind of like
A new government again.
No. They needed to make elections. If we, society, want to fire the president, not the president, but the parliament, because the president alone can't fire. He can only propose the fact that he wants to fire the parliament. So the whole society had to go to the final voting, if yes or no, and 96% of the population of the people who took part in the election, in the voting, they said yes, we want the parliament to be fired. So you see what is the attitude of the society about the parliament. That's why we had new parliament elections last week, and that's why we are forming now a new parliament. But we still have the old stupid president.
Question, how many chambers does your parliament have?
What does it mean, chambers?
We have the Senate and the Parliament.
Oh no,
One.
The one.
Just one.
Yours.
How is it in Turkey?
How is it in Turkey? Yes.
Yeah, we vote for parliament and they choose
The president.
No,
and
but the
president
parliament.
and they choose also the president?
the parliament.
The parliament chooses, the parliament names the president.
So you also have the same as we have. You choose only parliament. That's all.
Yeah.
Good. But they were
We are also fighting for the president.
Can we go back to Lithuania?
Yes.
By the way, when I say something and listen to him, it's the same problem. But they need that people vote more. You on the parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go on the rest of
We're
parliament.
voting for parliament and president.
No.
That's all.
That's what we are saying. We're still fighting for this law, so we are also.
We are fighting them. You and me need a more voting for more posts.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the same problem. I see.
Yeah, but if there's in front, sorry for such rude saying, there's standing one fat guy with his all fats and muscles and saying, sorry, you won't pass me. It is our government. Because we even took these signatures, what needs by law, so we can go through law. We went, gathered all these signatures, went to the Sejm, to our parliament, and nothing happened. And nothing happened. So actually it was
Corruption.
not only corruption, it was a bullshit. It was a bullshit.
Ignorance.
But the system is made in that way so you cannot change it. Only the parliament can change it. You cannot.
Yes,
The constitution can be changed in the parliament. But you have to be in the parliament. And
Yes.
you'll never be in the parliament because you want the politicians to go in the
They're
parliament.
not interested in
So you cannot change it.
So that's why we are really happy in our country that we have a new society. I mean, this ex-president's party, who has in this same about 22 or 23 seats, which is quite good. Because if they will connect with one another Latvian group, which are very patriotic about Latvia, I will pay all to fight for my Latvian. So if they will make this teamwork, then it will be about 36 seats. But unfortunately, as we have 100, it still doesn't help us. Because the Russian society, this party, has the highest voters. And they have the highest seats in our Sejm.
Yeah, but they
And they have the
participated.
majority
Yes.
to decide.
They participated for the first time.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
No.
Maybe the second time.
if they prove themselves.
But we have 4
Yeah.
years.
If they don't-
Unfortunately, we have to wait again 4 years.
For the event.
If the president doesn't fire them, he
Yeah.
will not fire them because
Maybe there is any way
Maybe
to
you can
change a constitution.
We cannot do that. We have tried it several times.
There is no way.
No, this is
Well,
what I'm saying. No.
that's what
If
we
we
are
get 50,000
Now
votes,
we
we can change it.
Yes, that's what we did. We gathered all the signatures, but need by law. We went to the Sejm, to Charlie, and then it all stopped. That's all. They voted because they have to vote for that. And
Because you
finally,
only-
yes, we did what the law says. Gather, for example, 10 signatures, and we will look this proposal of citizens. So we did. We went to Parlay. We gave it. They voted no. We are not sending it to constitution, or we are not looking it through, and that's all. We stopped again. So it's all the time the circle. Yes, we're like a rat in a circle.
Okay, now let's talk with what would be a perfect, idealistic
So
system.
I think that this system, like we using, it's very good, almost perfect, but it's only for small countries. So we should like find the way how to use it in bigger countries. For example, how does it work in Romania? Because I didn't know that.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because in small countries,
It's,
it's more. It's the best. I think
It's the same like in your country. You can choose the president, but it doesn't. So what's my benefit in that? And now you're not voting anymore for one party who proposes a list. You vote for your region, and from your region you're sending a representative to the parliament.
Yes. This is what happened.
Oh, it's happening.
Yes, this is in Romania. He's talking about the Romanian
So we have to do
system, yes.
not like us.
So explain a little bit for them, because they explained
Your
that
system is
that's not that much.
Like the American.
yeah.
Yes.
Our system is not
But the
like
American system is built up so that now, I don't want to say stupid people, but the low class will never get
A ne, viņa mir.
take decisions.
Ne visi,
Because in America it's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
The lower classes vote the small bricks above them, and the bricks above them vote the next bricks. And
Cool.
So that's why I think we think that this system is like almost perfect.
So you would like the government, all the ministers to be elected by you, the citizen?
What is your ideal?
Also in Romania, the president names only the prime minister, and it's the prime minister who makes his team. Because he knows from the parliament who can be, from his group, from the majority group who sustain the prime minister, he knows who can do that job or that job. Of course, it's not the ideal person or the perfect person that.
how do you see the perfect
Yeah, you know, the thing is that the system might be good,
system.
but if the people inside the system do not prove
in
themselves,
small
it's not good.
countries, this system like us is good.
works.
But it works. It really works.
Really?
Yeah. But in big countries, it's not.
Can I add something? I've read some information about Latvian statistics, and only 1% of Latvian citizen or society kind of takes part in politics. So basically, a perfect, what was it? A perfect
Political system.
political system would be a system where society is somehow involved in parties, like if you ask someone in Latvia, even I asked my brother's friends, like, did you go take part in elections? Oh no, I didn't. Like, we were collecting signatures about Latvian language in schools. Yeah, so sorry, excuse me. Don't stress me. And then, yeah, so that's the thing. 1% of the society takes part in politics, because the rest of them, they don't care. A perfect political system would be the one where each and every single of the citizen, adult,
In our countries,
is interested. Yeah, is interested and actually knows what is happening, like follows the everything.
How many people are voting?
That was my next question.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about also.
percent. How many percent?
40%?
40?
No, who might put
Yeah, around 40.
around 40, between 40 and 50% of the population.
Rarely 50%.
Rarely, yeah.
At the revolution there were 65%.
50, I think we have more than 50.
Vairāk gan kā 50.
Tikko taču bija rezultāti.
49 komats kaut kas.
Pūkstens 4 bija 48% no vēlētājiem nobalsojuši.
Pēc gala rezultāts, cik bija?
English
So in your
based.
country?
What?
So in your country?
More than
The last vote was
54,
54.
57.
So how do you say that everybody is involved?
54 nobalsoja.
How do you do that?
54.
How can you say that everybody is involved if you got like 55 or 60%? No,
In
it's not
our
that-
country we have a problem because lots of old people doesn't change their passports, so
And they cannot-
yes, they automatically are not allowed to vote. So that's why we would like to have, like Lithuania, people have this ID cards because you also can vote by ID cards. The same I can do in Estonia. In Latvia, we need only a passport. So if it's not usable, then you can't vote, which is quite a little bit weird. Because the document, okay, it has expired. Well, okay, it's expired. Who knows? The old lady, maybe she cannot go, or maybe she cannot afford to renew the passport. But still, that's why people doesn't vote. At first, passport, which is not the main reason. The second, because people are fed up to make all the time these mistakes.
Sorry, but only by passports you can vote?
Yes,
Yeah.
because we have only passports, we don't have ID cards.
You don't
You
have.
wanted to ask something?
Arabayla sizden Kalisatepe'den geliyorum da bir fotoğraf alabilir miyim haber amaçlı?
Şimdi böyleyken mi ayrıca toplamamız mı?
Böyleyken